Hi there and welcome to part 3. I'm going to talk about more of the pitfalls, the ones that make you get into the 90% instead of staying in the 10%. Let's start with the sort of general taxes that are applied to you when you're trading. So we have commission. Commission is not particularly significant, but you do have to bear it in mind. It is there as a tax. Swap. Swap is for holding FX positions overnight, and it does apply to non-FX sometimes. It depends on your broker and what you're trading. Let's have a quick look at swap in a bit more detail. So it's 3 times as much on Wednesdays. Don't ask why, it's an arcane reason, it's just true. And this is the swap for one lot. So $6 one way, $3 the other way if you hold something overnight. And it's kind of like a tax on long-term positions, because longer term positions tend to be more profitable anyway. You can see down here that it's only 1.5 USD per lot. So in general terms, the commission isn't massive, but swap can be. Let's look at some other little areas too. Let's have a look at the spread. Now the spread is here, and this is a very tight spread. This is Euro USD, which tends to be tight. 109.40.6, 109.40.9. This effectively is a tax because you'll be paying it to get in and out. You can see it here as a spread written on the chart. Now if we go and have a look at what that means, if you're paying like half a pip or points, it doesn't matter if you're looking to make 100 because it's like a 0.5% tax. If you're looking for 8 pips because you're a lunatic trading on a 1 minute chart, then the tax is 6.25%, and this game is already difficult enough, as you know, because you're trying to be one of the 10% that make money. Maybe trade longer time frames looking for more profit so that the taxes are not as great on you. Going back to this slide, what you may not realize is that if you've got a stop loss order, perhaps you're short and it's nearing your stop loss, as soon as the ask hits your stop loss, you will be traded out. And if your stop loss is below the market, as soon as the bid hits your stop loss, you'll be traded out. That's not always obvious to everybody, so I thought I'd state it. Another nasty thing is at the end of each day, there is an hour when you can't trade and spreads widen. This is called rollover. And you cannot tell me this couldn't be removed from the market entirely, but why would the market participants want to do that when, as I'm about to explain, they make a lot of money out of it? So what happens is this. Instead of having this tight spread, the spreads go out like this. I mean, it could go wider. Some of them it can go sort of 10 pips, 20 even. And what that means is that if you're running a stop loss and you've taken your position overnight, you get stopped out during this period. Now, the market hasn't really moved 10, 15, 20 pips away from you. It's just that the spread's widened. And as soon as the spread goes wider, then your stop loss, boom, you're out and they've taken the money. So this is actually a really big deal for new traders who don't understand this. So you want to be sure towards the end of each day that you haven't got stop losses right close to the market. You either want to take the position off if you have, or widen your stop loss just for the spread hours, because the chances of it moving in that hour are pretty small. So what you can do is just move your stop loss miles from it just for the hour and then come back and put it back where it should be afterwards. But as you can tell, this is a very, very easy way to lose money, which is why it's 90-10 still. Here's another one. Over the weekend, the Forex markets are shut. Now, crypto isn't, okay? So you can carry on at crypto and ignore this if you only trade crypto, which again, I don't recommend. But over the weekend, stop losses do not trigger. The market is shut. And so if something bad happens, like a war breaks out and the market moves a massive amount and you're the wrong way round, then you will lose a lot more than your $100 limit that we were talking about earlier. It's that simple. So you have to decide at the end of each week whether or not you want to run the position over the weekend. Now, the only guide I can give you is that in general, markets gap down and not gap up. I mean, there'd be an exception if a war ended over a weekend, but in general, disasters make markets move a lot more. So if you know which way your instrument's going to go in the event of a disaster, you might want to keep the position because the disaster will help you. And if you think it's the other way around, you should probably take the position off. And in general, you should take it off on Friday night and open it again on Monday morning, or basically late Sunday night, because over time, anything you lose or gain by doing this should level out, minus the spread, of course. We've talked about how spreads widen over rollover. They also widen over financial figures like inflation and unemployment. Some prop firms, if you take particularly like 100x accounts, they will refuse to let you hold positions over important figures, and rightly so, because the market can really move a lot. And at that stage, not only do the spreads widen, which can ping you out on a stop loss, but also the market can move so fast that your stop loss doesn't trigger where you expect it to, and it triggers far higher or far lower because the market moves so fast, so you can end up losing more than 1%. So the best thing to do is take stuff off, unless you're very confident, take stuff off before the numbers. I hope from this episode you've understood a lot of the potential pitfalls and how easy it is to accidentally make a mistake and lose money. The market is set up like this. Think about your trading screen. It looks like a one-armed bandit. There's flashing lights all over the place. And it's the same psychology. It's just trying to force you into trades and make you stressed and excited the whole time, so you're more likely to take them. Think about how mesmerizing it is to look at your P&L go up and down once you've taken a position. These are well-known human traits that are exploited by the businesses that are making money out of you. In the next episode, we'll talk about slightly more positive stuff about how to make money and how not to lose it again. See you then.